Hi, I'm Dhravya and I'm a freshman studying at ASU. This is my second semester. And I'm going to tell you about how I sold my company in high school. So it's the middle of pandemic, 2021. I'm sitting in a cold, dark room in Mumbai, India, with no idea what I'm doing with my life. I was depressed, anxious because I was giving one of the most competitive exams of the world, which is JEE. And basically, I was just wasting my time playing games all day because that studies is too difficult, right? And I was something called an iPad kid. Like, the kind of person who plays games, watches YouTube videos all their childhood and ends up being very useless in life. That's how I felt. I mean, I knew that. I knew I am very useless. I knew I have to fix myself. And I had this liking for technology from a very young age because of me having that iPad and me playing so many games. I thought to myself, why am I still a consumer? Why am I, how do these people even make these games? Like, this is amazing, right? How do they make these apps? How is YouTube made? And one day while I was playing Vice City on my phone, which yeah, I used to pirate games on my phone and play it. Um, I was like, okay, it's time to get a new laptop and it's time to make a game like this. Which was like okay, imagine a normal person who knows nothing about programming wanting to make a game like Vice City. That's impossible, right? I convinced my parents that I'll to get me a laptop on my birthday in August 2021. And it was a rather expensive laptop for someone as useless as me at the time. And being in a middle class family in Mumbai, of course, my parents were hesitant at first, but because I was their favorite child, they got me one. Um, so I utilized my time. So the first thing I did after getting that laptop, extremely inspired to turn my life around. I opened the laptop and I download Minecraft, a game. The second thing I did, however, was open YouTube and search what's the best programming language to learn as a beginner. And I see, okay, it's Python. Then Python course for beginners. And I see this one guy, one Indian guy on YouTube having like a 16-hour long course. There's no way I'm doing a 16-hour long course. And then I sit down, put my laptop aside, I sit down, look out of the window, and I say, yes, way I can do a 16-hour long course. And that's exactly what I did. I sat through that entire 16-hour long course in one go with nothing but a nap in between because I'm a human. And next morning, my parents were so concerned about me that for the first time, my mom was like, Beta, let's have tea together. And yeah, next morning we sat down, we had tea together. I was telling mom everything I learned, why I'm doing it, and how I'm utilizing the extreme amounts of money I just spent on the laptop. But my mom was very happy with it. And she told me about this one problem she has in her business, that she has to keep doing one particular calculation again and again and again and again. And to fix that, I made a very small, simple Python application that saves her time. And my mom was so happy, and I was so happy that I kept finding problems in real life, even if I had to save 5 seconds every day. I spent 4 hours solving that problem with code and automating it. But yeah, I made a lot of projects for myself and for others. Now that's a different question, that all the projects that I made for others were not used by anyone. But um, yeah, I made a lot of projects, like a lot, like at least 20, 25 projects that I would use in my daily life, like a dictionary tool, like auto file organizer, stuff like that. And one day I create, on a random Sunday afternoon, I sit down and I make this Twitter bot. And all that Twitter bot did, it was one of my simplest projects. All it did was take a photo of that tweet and send it back to the user, convert tweet into an image, and maybe make it even more beautiful or whatever. So I spent an entire day making it, and I slept with no expectation for anyone to use it. Next morning I wake up, there's 100 people using it. And I was like, damn, this is good. So I started talking more about it online, and then soon enough, after a week, there was 1,000 people using it and 100 followers on that bot. And slowly, it got 1,000 followers, then 2,000, then 3,000, 4,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, and like soon enough it had like 70,000 followers and 5 million users a month, which was like crazy, right? Like I had to do something about this. I monetized the bot, I raised funding, it was just a Twitter bot. So I got a co-founder who would help me with making an actual app for social media users to like do all that, because apparently that was a very big issue. And we solved that issue and we made an amazing app. And as soon as I was gonna launch it, Twitter announced that they're gonna monetize their API, and in order to keep it online, I would have to pay them $43,000 a month. I was devastated. And I decided to sell off the project, which was good because then I could convince my parents that, hey, I do not have to do this JEE thing. I can give up and I can finally go to US for studies now. And that's what I did. Um, so yeah, I guess the takeaway from this is to follow your passion, honestly. Even if like no one is caring about that, no one will even pay attention to you initially, but slowly you will get luckier and lucky, and someday something like this might just happen to you. And that exact passion is the reason why I'm telling my story to you guys in USA and not sitting in that cold, dark room playing games in Mumbai, India.